Good morning, guys. Good afternoon. Good night, wherever you are and you are watching this video. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in. Tell me hi. Let me know what city you are watching from so I can give a shout out to you. Hope you guys are having a happy Saturday, a good Saturday morning. Here in Houston, it's about 69, 68 degrees. It's kind of rainy. Overcast day. We've been having rain all this week. Hey, Miss Oliver, thanks for popping in. Come on in, guys. I'm going to take a few minutes to invite some people. I am going to also share in a couple of groups. So as you're coming in, say hi to me. Let me know where you are watching from. And share. This is going to be a good topic today. This is going to be a good topic. We are talking about the 5 things that you can do now, right now, if your job is getting on your nerves. So come on in and share. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to invite a couple of people to watch the broadcast, and you can do the same. So give me a couple of minutes, and we will talk about this good old topic, because I believe at some point or another, we have all had a job that has gotten on our nerves. Raise your hand. I know I have. And so you may be dealing with that right now, or you could be dealing with that in the future. So I just want to give you some little tips on what you can do to handle that. Something that you can put into place today. You don't have to wait till January 1. You can put it into practice right now. So I'm still inviting, guys. Give me a second. Come on in and tell me hi. Let me know what you guys have got planned for the weekend. Any big plans today or tomorrow? Anybody cooking any big Sunday dinners tomorrow? Any activities today with the kids, or what you got going on as I invite people to the broadcast? I'm going to be working on some biz stuff this weekend, taking a couple of classes, so I'll be working on that. I'm investing in myself this quarter, improving myself spiritually, emotionally, and business-wise. So that is what will be working on this weekend. What about you guys? Just a few more seconds, and we're going to talk about the title at hand. Trying to invite some more people. There we go. I am all done. Thank you guys for hanging in with me while I get that out of the way. So 5 things you can do now if your job is getting on your nerves. Getting on your nerves. I know there are some people out there that have jobs that are getting on their nerves. And I've been there, done that, and I know exactly how that feels. Hey, Trina, thanks for popping in. So first of all, if your job is getting on your nerves, first you've got to make a decision. You have got to make a decision to find a better one. Hey, TQ, thanks for popping in. You got to find a better one. If you already know your job is getting on your nerves, if you're sick and tired of your job, you've got to make a decision. And here's why. When you make that decision, it's mental. It's a mental thing. You've got to start with your mind first. Everything that we do starts in the mind first. So when you make that decision that, hey, I'm going to find another job, things are going to start to align. You're going to start taking action. You're going to start being proactive because you have made a decision. You've put it in your mind that you want a change. And so that's key. That's why you have to do that first. You've got to make that decision, because if you don't make that decision, guess what? You're never going to do anything, because you haven't taken the first step. You haven't made that decision. So always keep that in mind, that you've want to start with your mind first. Make a decision, whether it's your career, whether it's your relationship, whether it's your health, it doesn't matter what it is. You've got to make the decision to do it first. So if you're note takers, your number one is going to be what? Make a decision first. Number two, you got to find out, or you have to identify why you want a better job. We already know the job is getting on our nerves. We know that we need to make a decision. So number two, we have to identify why. And we need to identify why so that we won't repeat the same cycle when we find another job, when we get into another position. We need to find out why. So your why could be that you're bored. You could just simply be bored. The tasks that you do at work, your responsibilities may be repetitive, and you may not like repetitive tasks. Your job could be boring because you're not being challenged. You have met certain criteria, you've overcome certain challenges, and so it just may not be fun anymore, just boring. You have nothing to look forward to. So you have to identify why your job is getting on your nerves. Is it because you're underpaid? Is that why it's getting on your nerves? So then you need to know, you need to focus on a job that's going to pay more. So you got to identify why it's getting on your nerves so that you don't repeat the pattern, you don't repeat the cycle, so that you don't find yourself in the same place a month later, 2 months later, 3 months later, 6 months later. You got to identify what's going on. It could be your boss. Is that why your job is getting on your nerves? Is it your boss? Is your boss a micromanager? Is your boss disrespectful? Does your boss not communicate? Maybe those are some things that you can identify and work with and improve. But if not, you know that it's time to move on. Or maybe your job just isn't a good fit for you anymore. Maybe it doesn't align with your lifestyle. Maybe it doesn't align with your goals. Those are the things you have to do. You have to identify why your job is getting on your nerves so that you know what not to do in your next job. And that's going to be pivotal. That's going to keep you out of cycles of unsatisfying jobs. That's going to keep you away from always feeling sick and feeling like you're stuck in your job. So if you're just coming in, thank you guys so much for watching. We are talking about the 5 things you can do if your job is getting on your nerves. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Has anybody ever experienced their job getting on your nerves? And so if you know somebody who is going through that right now, if you know somebody who could really use this information because they're sick and tired of being sick and tired, do me a favor, share out the video. I want to help them. I want to enlighten them today and give them some steps that they can take right now. So we talked about number 1. What did we say? We said make a decision. And so if somebody wants to put that in the chat, feel free to take notes in the chat. Number 1, we said make a decision. Number 2, we said identify those things, those areas. Why is the job getting on your nerves? What are those things? Are you bored? Are you underpaid? Is it your boss? Or is it just simply that it's just not a good fit for you anymore? Those are some of the things that you want to identify. Those are some of the things that you can do right now. And so after you've done that, this is going to be key. Number 3 is going to be key. You're going to have to make a list. You're going to have to make a list of what you require in a job. You already know what's getting on your nerves. You did that in step 2. Now you're going to write your list. What do you really require in a job? What do you really want in a job? This is part of your planning process. What do you want? Do you have a certain salary range? Write it down. Do you want a job that's close to your house? Write it down. Do you want a job where you are off on the weekends. Write that down. You're going to write every single thing that you require from a job, everything that you want. What else? What are some other things that you may want to identify that you want? This is the steps that I take, guys. These are the things that I've done in the past and that I'm currently doing. Is I make a list of the things that I want. And you have to be intentional, because once again, when you're not intentional, when you're not proactive, you're going to end up in that cycle of unsatisfying jobs. You're going to be in the cycle of the job getting on your nerves again, because you haven't identified, number one, the thing that is getting on your nerves, and number two, you're not identifying what you really want. So you're going to have to sit down. You're going to have to get your notepad and your pen. You're going to have to be intentional and write down the things that you require from your job. Maybe you need a certain schedule because you have kids and you need to pick up your kids or take them to school. Those are some of the things you have to think about. Is what do you really require in a job? Do you need medical benefits? Write down every single thing, whatever's important to you. Do you need a job that's going to have flex schedule? Do you need a job that has a daycare on site? Those are the things that you need to identify. And go ahead and do that now. Identify what you need, because when you do that, that's going to keep you out of desperation mode. So many times when we're looking for jobs, we have the mentality that we have to take what we can get, and that is not so. We don't have to take what is being offered. We're going to stay out of desperation mode. And to stay out of that desperation mode, we are going to be proactive, we're going to be intentional, and we're going to write down everything that it is that we need and that we require out of a job. This is going to keep you from settling. How many of you guys know about settling? I'll be the first one to admit, me, because we're not being intentional. We have to stop living by default. We have to quit settling. And I know I'm talking about careers right now, but this really applies across the board. Even if you think about your relationships, list your requirements for your relationship. That's going to keep you from settling in your relationships. You don't have to take what's being offered. You're setting your boundaries, you're making your list, and you're saying, hey, this is what I require in a job. And if it doesn't meet your requirements, you don't have to take it. You can continue to look, and that's okay. And it may take a while, but that's okay, because we're going to stay out of desperation mode. We're going to stop settling. We're going to stop living by default. And so, guys, thank you for watching. Come on in. Do me a favor and share out the video, because somebody needs help. Somebody needs help. The job is getting on their nerves. They've been quiet. They've been silent. They've been suffering in silence. And so, guys, you never know. You never know what somebody is going through. So go ahead and share out the video. And also, this is a good time. You know, sometimes people don't know what they require. Some people don't know what they want in a job. Some people don't know what kind of job they want. And so that's where I come in, or another career coach can come in and help you identify and hone in what it is that you like, what it is that you require. So if you're stuck on that step, don't worry about it. Just go get help. Don't be afraid to get help. Ask somebody if you need help, so that you can move forward and just live a better life and be happy. And so number four, this is the fourth thing that you can do if your job is getting on your nerves. This is something you can do right now. And this may be a no-brainer, but I had to put it out there. You're going to have to update your resume, and you're going to have to update your LinkedIn profile. This is really something you should be doing 24/7. Honestly, you should always be updating your resume. Every time you receive a certification, you create a new process at your job. If you completed a past, if you saved the company money, if you made the company money. Those are the things that you need to be putting on your resume. And as those things happen, that's when you need to put it on your resume so that you, once again, don't end up in desperation mode where there's a point where your job is getting on your nerves so much that you're like, oh my God, I got to get out of here, and you're not prepared. Or if there's a company layoff and you're not prepared. So make sure that you're updating your resume and LinkedIn throughout the year as things happen so that you stay ready and you don't have to get ready. That's my philosophy. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So make sure you're keeping your resume updated. Keep your LinkedIn profile updated. It's always a good idea if you're going to do your own resume. It's a good idea to have a second set of eyes look at your resume. You'd be surprised at some of the things I see on resumes that are no-nos. So get some help. Get a second set of eyes to look at your resume. I offer that service, or you can find another service. But do yourself a favor. Have somebody look at your resume. You don't want your resume, or a small mistake, a big mistake, be the reason why you couldn't get the interview and then therefore you didn't get the job. Okay? Number 5, this is a good one. I love this one because I love talking with people. I love building relationships. And so number 5 is going to be networking. Networking. I have this philosophy. You should always be networking. You know why? Anybody know why you should always be networking? What's the purpose of networking? Why should we network? Why do people make a big deal out of networking? Well, as it relates to your career and the job searching, we know that about 80% of jobs are found by who you know. So that's why it's so important. Who you know. So always be networking. Stay connected with former coworkers, former colleagues, former bosses. Stay connected to your current colleagues, current bosses. Just stay connected. Always be networking, because once again, this is going to keep you out of desperation mode. So when the time comes and you need to find another job, you've already got that network because you've been touching bases with people monthly or quarterly or yearly. Keep networking. Always build networking. Always be networking. Always stay connected. And you can do that by email, social media. You can do lunches, dinners, events. There's really no excuse not to network. But here's the thing, you got to be intentional about it. You got to be intentional about it. And then it just becomes a lifestyle. Becomes a lifestyle. And so when you need some help, you've got somebody there. You got that support that you need. So that's why networking is so important. And so that was number 5. But guess what, guys? I've got a bonus. I got a bonus for you. I've got a bonus. We're talking about what you can do right now. What you can do right now if your job is getting on your nerves. It's October 20th. We're almost at the end of October. But guess what? This is a good time for you still to be job searching. You still got time. If you get started right now, today, apply the principles that I'm talking about today. You can still get a job this quarter. You can still get a job at the end of the year. Time is running out, but it can be done if you put into the work, if you put into effort. And so I've got a number 6 for you, and that is your bonus. Your bonus is you got to move, guys. You got to take action. And so if you've been following me, you know that MOVE is an acronym for maximize opportunities versus excuses. You got to move. You got to take action. Everything I've said 1 through 5 is good. But at the end of the day, if you don't take any action, you're not going to get anywhere. You're going to be still in that job that's getting on your nerves. You're going to be complaining. You're going to be miserable. You're going to be sick. You're going to be wasting your life away until you move. All of these steps, they work together. But at the end of the day, like I said, you've got to move. And so what does move mean? That means you've got to start applying for jobs. You've got to work. You've got to look for the jobs. You've got to look for the jobs. You've got to research companies. If there's a particular company that you want to work for, you've always wanted to work for, you've got to be doing the research. What is their culture like? This is where your networking is going to play a part. Who do you know that works at the company that you want to work at? Who do you know is in the same field that you want to be in? That's why it's important to always be networking, because all of this ties in together, guys. But you've got to do the work. Job searching takes effort. It takes you being intentional. You've got to be consistent. You've got to be focused. And so I always tell people, I always have this saying that looking for a job is a job, because it's work. It takes work, guys. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a lot of work, so you have to be intentional. And so these 5 things, these 6 things are going to help you be intentional so that you can get your new job by the end of the year. Hey, Trina, thanks for popping in. You still have time to get that job at the end of the year. It's all dependent on you, and it's dependent on what we said number 1 was. We said number 1 was make a decision. You have to make a decision that, hey, this job is getting on my nerves and I'm going to do something about it. So the ball is in your court. You have to make that decision so that your actions can start aligning. So we said number 1 was make that decision. And that's going to tie into the last one is move. You've got your thought, you've got what you have in your mind. And then the last thing is you got to take action. And so if you're just popping in, guys, make sure you catch the replay. We talked about 5 things that you can do today that's going to that's going to help you get out of the job that's getting on your nerves. It also gave you a bonus, and that bonus was move. You got to take action. You've got to take action. And so, guys, if you have any comments or if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and put those in the chat right now. If you guys struggle or find it challenging to take action, from what I've seen and from the people that I talk to, a lot of people know what to do. Some people know how to do it, but there's a disconnect. They're not actually doing it. It's a disconnect. So if you struggle with being consistent, if you struggle with being focused and intentional with your job search, I want to invite you to the We Move Accountability Group. We meet every Monday at 6:30. This group is going to give you the support and the encouragement you need while you're job searching. It's going to help you stay focused. It's going to help you stay consistent. Those are the things that you need. You're going to be with like-minded people. It's going to keep you motivated. Some people struggle with motivation because who wants to job search? Most people don't want to job search. So if that's something that you know that's going to help you, if you're really ready to take action, if you are really ready to move, I want to see you in the group. You can go to gum.co/we move to sign up so that you can stop your procrastination, so you can stop avoiding job searching, so that you can get out of that job that's getting on your nerves, because that's what it boils down to at the end of the day. And so, guys, I'm really excited. I've got some things coming down the pipeline. I'll probably be doing a pre Black Friday launch. Excited about that. This is going to be great for you guys who are ready to learn new skills, new trainings, things that are going to help you as it relates to your career planning, your career growth. So make sure you stay connected to me. If you guys are watching me for the first time, I am the adult guidance counselor. I help women move. I help them maximize opportunities versus excuses and help them master the new job search so they can stop wasting their life away in a job that they hate. So make sure you're connected to me. The best place to connect with me will be my Facebook business page at Maximize Career Potential. You can see all of the products and services that I offer to help you master the new job search, to help you live a life more abundantly. Also, I've got a new book coming down the pipeline. For you guys, once again, like I said, when I talk to people, there's a disconnect. Most of us know what to do, we're not doing it. And so that really translates into a lack of belief in yourself. So I know that very well. That's something that I've struggled with, believing in myself. And so the book that I'll be coming out is going to really address you believing in yourself and how you can believe in yourself, because that's going to be the key to getting you to your next level, is the belief in yourself. I can tell you how good you are. Your parents can tell you how good you are, your friends, your spouse. But at the end of the day, you've got to know that deep down inside. And so my book will address that. So it's a lot of things coming down the pipeline. If you guys were not able to get into the Master the Job Search class, I'm not sure when I'll be relaunching that. I may not relaunch, I haven't decided yet. But you can still get the guide. The guide is very helpful. 7 Secrets to Mastering the New Job Search Guide is still available. You can get that at gum.co/master the job search. And so you want to get that if you have not job searched in years, if this whole thing is new to you, if you're a little intimidated, not really sure what to do, this is going to be the guide for you. Go ahead and get that, because this is the season where we are investing in ourselves. So if you're investing in yourself as it relates to your career, your health, your money, whatever it is, let this be the season that you're intentional about it. And ask for help if you need it. There's not a problem with asking for help if you need it. Let us take time to invest in ourselves. And when we invest in ourselves, it's a ripple effect. It trickles down to our family, our kids, our communities, our churches, and then it impacts the world as a whole. So if nobody's told you, you're important, you matter. I see your greatness even though you don't see it. So go ahead, invest in yourself. Even if you want to take a spa day, that's an investment in yourself. If a spa is not your thing, if sports are your thing, if athletics, any of that, go ahead, treat yourself. All of that is going to play a part in your career, because it's our career and our lives are really intertwined. So usually if you're happy at home, that's going to translate into your job and vice versa. If you're miserable at work, that's going to transfer into your home. They're intertwined. So work on the whole, you guys. That's what I'm saying. Work on the whole you. Work on every aspect of your life, and that's what I'm doing this quarter. Like I said, I'm investing in myself, spiritually, emotionally, and as it relates to my career, or to my business, I should say. So if you don't have any question, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay connected to me. You can find me on YouTube, LinkedIn, or on my business page on Facebook at Maximize Career Potential. And remember, guys, a meaningful career is waiting for you, and I will chat with you later. Bye bye.